Hello YouTube, welcome back to City Skylines After Dark and Shadowhill City. As you can see, the sun has actually just gone down, so we are just entering night. And you can see we've got 16,000 and we're making a fair amount of money even at night. And today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to see if I can just start extending all of these and moving all the farmland into here, because that's where I really want the farming and really start building up the city. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Let's just move this mic just a little bit. I keep having to move the mic just to get a really nice so you guys can actually hear me. And there's a fire going on here. Now, what I've also noticed is that I need to go into the districts, and I do need to put that down there, because that's where it needs to be. And I also need to expand this district up these roads here for now. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start expanding. Oops, no, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Hickory Heights. I'm going to expand it all the way around here. There we go. I've got a few new mods installed, but I'll go through them as and when we need them. So I will start with moving these and really getting the industry going in the new area. This isn't too bad. I mean, this isn't terrible, but I will get the industry going into here because this is where it really belongs. I built this section specifically for this industry, and so that is exactly what I'm going to have it being used by. So let's do that, that and that, because we do need to clear up some of these overlap issues, and easy enough to do them just by doing that. But the overlap issues do also make it easier for us to build things. It just makes the buildings much nicer. There we go. Let's just fill in this entire block, as a matter of fact. There we go. So that entire block's done, and let's fill in this entire block as well, like so. I think that's good enough to start with for now. Let's watch some of the buildings light up the areas. There we go. And one of the mods that I've got, and I don't know whether this is going to break this immediately or not, but it is the street light replacer. Now if I replace those with street lamps, it might, or not. Okay, I don't think that's worked. It is supposed to replace the street lights with street lamps. I mean, has it done it? No, it hasn't. Did I accept it? I did. Okay, never mind. And yeah, we've got the remove decoration sprites as well. Now the reason I've got that is now that when we zoom in, you can see it hasn't got those weird bobbles or anything anymore. That was really annoying, especially in first-person view. I mean, you know, from the top of this hill when we were looking previously, you'd have these really strange things that really, they look good from far, but they don't look good from, you know, when you're in first-person view. So there we go, and you can see the city there. And it does look really, really nice now. It's starting to build up. You can see some sort of you can see the foundations of it. You can see the curvature of the land on it, and everything really, really nicely looking. Let's go ahead and get some more industry going in this. We're going to basically completely zone out this entire area. That's what we're going to be doing. Like so. Perfect. See, this one's right up to the edge, which is absolutely great. That's exactly what I want. There we go. That's that area all zoned up. And from there, we are going to start de-zoning this area. So we are going to start by de-zoning these ones just here. Let's go ahead and de-zone those. What I will do is I'm going to leave that as it is, that block. And I'm going to connect these roads up to it somehow. Simply because it's part of the city. That's what the road was, and that's what the road's going to remain. I feel it's always good to do something of that sort. You can see the buildings here are built up, and there are some there's Sainsbury's local there. It's a nice little car park. There's some pubs coming up, and you know it's quite British in many ways, but not completely British. And of course, we did do this last time, which does look very nice as well. So I'm happy about that. We've got the police boxes around, and it does give it a good way to see things, and it does give it a nice feel. Now, let's go ahead and bring up a few more roads. Well, what we also have is I've forgotten how to. I've forgotten how to do this. But I have got a mod on that does allow me to how do I do this? I think is it the right? Oh no, left out. No. I'm gonna have to work out how I actually do that. But there is a mod that I've got in here now that allows me to make the roads a lot narrower, a lot sharper. Sorry, make the roads sort of have much more acute angles without having strange curves. There we go. There's another 2 there. Let's just put the sound a bit down. Let's get a few there done. Of course, I do want to get rid of this snap. Does that actually work? I don't think it does. Yeah, that snapping tool doesn't work any longer. Actually, it does, but not here. It's very difficult for it to work someplace like that. So you can see that the earliest I can do is that point there, but I think that's just far too close to actually build any suitable housing. Let's build a bit of a road here, but this one obviously again it's just no zoning. So that's how we do things. It's not bad. I think I'm going to replace these with some straight roads here. It just looks better with straight roads. There we go. There's some bits and bobs here that just need to be replaced, and I shall do that as and when the time comes. Right, okay. Let's put in the extra housing here, because there is a demand for housing. Let's build in a bunch of houses there. And all the houses, again, they have to be the same. So I'm going to manually get them done. And I just sort of click spam here, because it's just easier to click spam. It really is a lot easier to click spam. But you have to be careful not to crash out the game, which is possible. It is very possible. Right, that's odd. What kind of house is that? It's taking 2 spots here. It's a nice looking house. Don't get me wrong. But it's if you have a look at where it is, it's in the middle of 2 spots. It's really strange. These houses aren't very nice, and 4 houses in 3 spots. That's some strange going on here. I think this house really does need to go. Let's get rid of that house, and it really needs to be de-zoned as well. And what I'm going to do there is I'm just going to put perhaps a small park there of some sort. What's that? Residential. Hello. Oh, busy town. We've actually got to a busy town. Right. Level 4 unique buildings, leisure and tourism unique buildings, industry specialization, tourism specialization, free public transport, heavy traffic ban, bike ban on sidewalks. We've also got the M1 Junction 21, something I was building but never really used it. We've got 2-lane road with trees, highways, 4-lane road with trees, bicycle lanes. Is that bicycle lanes? They're not bicycle lanes. Those are bicycle lanes there. We've got a hospital, fire station, oil power plant, another hospital, police headquarters, another fire station, a bus station, jet ski, fishing pier, fishing tours, a marina, a riding stable, a skate park, a volleyball court, a restaurant pier. The next one we gotta get is 6,500. Can we do that? That's the question. These are really odd. There's some street lamps as well. These are sort of, I don't know, if I did overlap, yeah, they do fit on here. I think we can put some. Let's just see what happens if I do dump one right there. Actually, I'll do that at night perhaps. For now, I just want to get a parking. So there we go, parks and plazas. What's this? Industrial? No. Small park. It's too big. That's not really small, is it now? British frigate. That is huge. A bridge. A car park. That is absolutely huge. Backyard. No, don't need any of those. Don't want any of those. What's that? A small agricultural field. Don't need that. Middle park. That's a bit big. See, it would fit right there. If I was to fit that in, it would literally fit right there. But that's not what I'm going to do. Micro park. Here we go. That's the kind of parks we want. So let's go for a micro park. Oh, that's good. Let's go for that one. Pop that one in right there. Oh, I don't have the bits for this one. I still haven't got them. I need to get those. Yes, I know you're going to be sad, but you can't see anything, so... Petrol station? No. Urban decoration? We tried that. It was not good. Again, we don't have the bits for that. A track and field we don't want right now. City fountain. Bit big. We don't need that. We're going to probably put that in the city centre. Another parking garage. Lots and lots of those things. Here we go. Some playgrounds. So that's a large playground. That's not good. Anything really small? Nothing here that's really small. What's that? Japanese garden. That looks beautiful, but again, too big. A speed camera. We'll put those up. We will definitely put those up somewhere. Football stadium's going to be far too large. Cricket park's going to be far too large. Control tower's huge. A tennis court. Just a simple tennis court here. Side of the road. Bad idea to place one there, but go through all of these. Yeah, okay. Let's go right back and let's just put in a micro park. Just for now. That one there. But let's just pop in two. Look very identical to each other, but that's fine. There's two micro parks there on the side, and there's some trees, and I'm going to put our good old favourite concrete, these concrete bits. So I'm going to pop in those concrete bits right here. Pop in one there. Pop in one there. There we go. Perfect. Oh, I could, in theory, maybe squeeze one in there. Maybe, just maybe. Like that. Maybe squeeze one in there. Just to clear up all these little bits of mess. Like, maybe I can squeeze one in there. Squeeze one in there. And it just looks better. I just find that it just looks a lot better. That house really shouldn't be there, so I'm just going to put one of those in there and destroy that house. And there we go. So now we've got some nice big sidewalk kind of, you know, pavements, sidewalks, whatever you call them. And let's put some housing in on this side as well. I think that'd be fair. You can put a lot bigger houses here. I don't want to though, because it's a small housing I want. Let's put another one of those like so. Let's make sure that there is forced zoning on that. That's a bit too close, just a little bit further out perhaps. Yeah, something like that. There we go, let's have a look. Let's make this road a little bit longer. Just for a bit of fun. Oh, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. I'm going to have to... And I see what it does. The moment you do that, it creates these... Yeah, I see the issue. It then creates these little road junction segments, and see now that's all ruined. So really I can't do that. Oh, we've got water issues. Oh no, we haven't got water issues, we just haven't got water here. That's all. Alright guys, don't complain, we'll get water to you. There we go. Yep. Place that one house. There we are, 4,200. We're going to have to do something there. For now, though, let's go ahead and fill up those and really put in our favourite kind of houses. Make sure they're all in. There we go. Alright, I guess I'll just... See, now this is odd. These houses are not matching up with where they're supposed to be. So if we look at this house, see, that's not matching up with where it is supposed to be. They've just sort of shifted along slightly, and it's really, really strange. But where we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses now, we can actually put 8. So, go figure. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know. We'll have to work something out there and figure out what's going on. There's a house in there. What's that house doing over there? There's a few of these different houses cropping up every now and then. It's annoying. Like that one there. I don't like to see different houses cropping up. Especially on this side, there's a few come up. Just replace these over here. I suppose that one's not really going to happen, is it, that last one? I suppose I could reforce zoning on different houses and stuff and just see what happens. But there we go, we've got 4,300, and let's start dezoning parts of these things, more of it anyway. Dezone that, and we'll start filling it up over here, which this is all filled up now. It does look very good. Let's fill up. Which zone should we fill up next? Let's fill up this zone here. So all of that can be filled up. There we go. That's all filled. And let's also fill up this zone here. Like that. There we go. We don't want that bit there. That's no good. We don't want that zoned up. And I'm guessing we're going to probably need a police station here somewhere eventually. But that can come in time. That can come in its own time. Right. The roads are lighting up. The motorways are not lighting up. What's happened to the motorway lights? I don't know what's happened to the motorway lights. There's some lighting there. No. Extremely strange that the motorway lights have suddenly disappeared. Must have something to do with that mod. Must have. Right. Let's have a look. We've got some more housing going. There's still a lot of demand for housing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start connecting this up. So let's try and get some. Let's try and get a bit of a fix here. Let's do 8. No, let's make sure this is 90. 90 from what though? Let's make sure it's 90 from the straight. Yeah. Let's do 8. And we'll do... okay, we can't do 8. Let's do 10. And let's try and get a... There we go, 145 degrees. No, let's do 140 degrees. Let's try that and see if we can really do something here. So that, again, 10. And then 140 degrees. Now this one's got to be 145, it looks like. And then we'll do, again, 10. 145. No, this one's now going to be 150 degrees. No, I think 145 might do it. Perhaps. It needs to be shorter, I think. You think each radius needs to be shorter. No, each arc needs to be shorter? Yeah, I think so. Now let's just do what we roughly can work out. So, there we go. That will do. That will do quite nicely. Then we'll just knock this up. So let's literally hook it up like that. Well, that's a bit strange. But we'll leave that as it is for now. It's fine. And that one can go up to there. There we go. So we've got some roads coming in quite nicely. Again, we can do some roads across and some crisscross roads, but the city is building up. That's the main part. The city is building up, and there is some massive demand for some residential housing now. We've got 34 detained criminals right now, so that's something. We've got some heavy traffic right here. People are just messing about with the lanes here. Why are you messing around with the lanes? That's causing issues, right? Okay, why? What does that lane give? Right, one. They're all going into the outside. No, it's not. That one's going into second. Right, okay. Let's play around with this lane then. Ah, that lane only goes here. Okay, let's change this. Let's go. That lane goes there and there. That lane no longer goes there. That should clear up some of the traffic, because people don't generally want to go just from one to another. There we go. So that should give us two lanes of better traffic. So you've got people using the inside lane. A lot on the inside lane. Is anyone going to use the outside lane? Is there now nobody going to use the outside lane? There's been no use for the outside lane at the moment. No. But still, that's okay. I'm sure there will be use somewhere. Yeah, I'm sure that they'll be using it somewhere eventually. And you've got cars now using this way in and out, which is fine. That's absolutely fine. We want that. And of course I can put a whole load of housing here if I wanted to. So I can just, if I just do that, and then I will hook. If I actually just hook that one. Now let's do that and then that. There we go. Just hook these up, and then I'll hook the third one up to there. There we go. Not the best of underwater piping. Right. It looks like the residential demand's really high because we're getting some abandoned buildings now. So the question is, people employed 1,800, jobs available 2,200. So there are definitely jobs available. Right, okay, we do need to build a whole bunch of housing. Let's go ahead and do that. Housing on these two roads. And we'll replace them obviously with our houses, or the kind of housing that needs to be on here. So let's go ahead before too many of them build. It's really ramping all that kind of housing. I mean, it's strange because the terraced housing that I'm actually putting in is not the same kind of. It's a different kind of terraced housing, because there are some terraced houses that literally come right up to the door, and then these ones actually have like small front gardens. So it's very different. And you can see some of the housing that actually does build up in here are the ones that sort of come up right up to the door, but that's not the ones I'm using. Just don't feel like using them. There we go. There we go. So we've got plenty of housing, and look, these are all really, really close now, which is fine. You know, okay, that house is in its wrong. Go away. It's a bit of a cheeky little house. Alright, so that should bring in more people. And now, whilst we've got that, what else should we do? Dead person waiting for transport here. And we don't have a cemetery. Something we don't have. Let's have a look. Which cemetery? This one. I'm going to use this one. And the only reason I'm going to use this one, I'm going to put it... Where should I put it? I'll put it here. There we go. I'm going to use this one because I think this may give the most efficient use of a cemetery. Because otherwise we're going to end up with really large cemeteries, and that's no good. There's a petrol station here, quite a big petrol station actually. Big Bite Burgers, bits and bobs. It's a really strange, small. Don't like that. Whoa, we've got some Eddie Stobart lorries coming in delivering goods. Let's slow that down. And for those of you who don't really know Eddie Stobart is a very popular haulage company in the UK. So there it is. There's an Eddie Stobart lorry. Let's go into this mode and zoom in if we can. There we go. Eddie Stobart. Let's take a picture of that because that's going to be the thumbnail. How do I do the picture again? I can never remember how to do this picture. I think maybe F12. Shift and F12. I think that was it. Shift and F12. Yep, I think that was it. Okay. If not, I'll always find other pictures. I think that brings us really well to the end of this episode, so thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video, subscribe to our channel for more videos on City Skylines. So all these gaps here, seems like some of the zoning just disappeared, but I don't know how. These gaps appearing everywhere. Oh well, I'll probably have to sort that out in the next episode, so make sure you come back next week to see exactly what I'm going to do, and perhaps we'll just fill up this entire area and then really start working on this town centre, which is going to basically spread out through this way. So I hope to see you guys next week.